Most people think their back pain is random, a non-specific ache that flares up without warning. Those flare-ups are actually the direct results of daily, repetitive movements that trigger stress in your spinal discs. Today, we are going to build your personalized spine hygiene manual. This step-by-step system will help you pinpoint your exact pain triggers and correct the mechanical flaws in your daily routine. To complete this process, you only need 4 things: a simple notebook, a sturdy stool or chair, a blank wall, and a standard household sink. By tracking exactly which physical motions hurt and which do not, you stop guessing. Identifying these triggers takes control away from the pain and puts it back in your hands. Step 1 is the physical self-assessment process. Open your notebook and create 2 columns. In the first, write down the everyday activities that consistently cause you pain. In the second, list the activities you can perform completely pain-free. Next, we apply physical trigger testing to isolate the specific forces that agitate your spine. Let's start with Test A, the compression test. Sit on your stool with a neutral, upright spine. Grip the underside of the seat with both hands and pull up. This simulates a vertical load on your spine. Does this specific action hurt? Log your answer. Now we move on to Test B. This will determine if spinal motion, specifically bending forward into flexion or backward into extension, is your primary pain trigger. Stand up and get into a wall plank position. Slowly tilt your pelvis forward and then backward. Take note of any discomfort you feel during either direction. If you felt pain during either test, you have successfully identified a mechanical trigger. Knowing these triggers allow you to actively avoid the specific microtraumas that silently worsen your back condition throughout the day. Step 2 is mastering spine hygiene at home. The core biomechanical rule here is simple. Repeatedly bending and twisting your spine while under load wears down your spinal discs. Look at this diagram. On the left, brushing your teeth with a slouched back puts high stress on discs. On the right, we see the correct method: hinging at the hips and bracing your weight with one arm to keep the spine completely neutral. You apply this exact bracing concept to doing the laundry. Pulling clothes out with a curved back invites pain. Instead, use an anti-shrug hip hinge. Push your hips back and support your upper body with your free hand. The same logic applies to vacuuming. Pushing and pulling the machine strictly with your arm forces your spine to twist. You need to do the vacuum waltz instead, stepping forward and back with your legs to guide the handle, keeping your torso locked. Spine hygiene applies even when you are standing still. Standing with your arms folded tightly across your chest increases the compressive load on your back muscles. Clasping your hands behind your back is a much lower stress alternative. To fix a slouched standing posture, use this 3-part corrective drill. Point your thumbs out like a hitchhiker, then externally rotate your shoulders. This action lifts your rib cage, aligns your upper body with your hips, and allows the lumbar muscles to relax. Every mundane chore is an opportunity to practice these mechanics. Treating your daily movements this way prevents the invisible accumulation of disc damage. Step 3 tackles the desk. Sitting for hours at a computer builds up continuous stress on the discs and leaves your muscles highly stiffened. To decompress the spine, try this chair drill. Stand up with a straight back, then raise both arms overhead for 10 seconds. From there, reach higher, slightly further back, and take a deep breath to reset your posture. Repeat this quick decompression sequence every 20 minutes to break up long blocks of desk work. Strategically interrupting your seated time prevents temporary stiffness from solidifying into a chronic pain issue. Step 4 is building your daily exercise routine. Your spinal discs are highly pressurized from lying down all night. Because of this, you must strictly avoid any spine flexion first thing in the morning. Put your foot up on a chair and lunge forward with a straight back to tie your shoes, rather than bending over. Follow this with a brief morning walk to get your body moving safely. To gently mobilize the joints, use the cat-camel exercise, slowly alternating between a rounded and arched back. The absolute rule here is to never push into your end range of motion. Just move comfortably through the middle. Later in the morning, perform Dr. Stuart McGill's Big 3 core exercises. This routine consists of the modified curl-up, the side plank, and the bird dog to safely build essential core stability. You must strictly avoid dangerous back extension stretches like the Superman hold. This contorted posture places up to 1,300 pounds of compression load directly onto your spine. Executing a targeted, scientifically backed routine builds a protective armor of endurance around your core, rather than tearing your spine down with excessive force. You now have a complete spine hygiene toolkit. You have your trigger identification lists, your safe household movement strategies, and a biomechanically sound daily routine. As you begin training, remember that perfect technique with lighter loads will always yield better recovery results than high repetitions with sloppy form. If a movement hurts, stop. Pain is an essential biological signal telling you to adjust your posture. It is never a mental barrier you should try to push through. Moving mindfully and strictly adhering to these mechanics takes practice. That deliberate attention is the mechanism for reclaiming a durable, pain-free life.